Good day. Welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ is Lord. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get right to it. So today we're going to be discussing the 90s. So Orlando came into the league in 1989, okay? And what everybody does not remember is Orlando came into the NBA as a Western Conference team, okay? They were actually a Western Conference team at the beginning. So I believe it was around 1992 where they switched over to the East, okay? And they had some memorable moments in the early years. I remember through the first 14 games of the 1990 season, they were actually 7-7. And people were talking playoffs. Then they won 11 games for the rest of the year. And they finished at 18-64. Okay. So they got kicked in the teeth a lot as an expansion franchise. Okay. But they had some memorable moments, like I said. There was a game where Michael Jordan had his jersey stolen. Michael scored 49 points. But the Orlando Magic won the game. This is when Michael Jordan was number 12 for one game. Then Scott Skiles dished out a career-high 30 assists against the Denver Nuggets during the 1991 season. There's that. And then it was late in the 1992 season. Okay. And the Orlando Magic were one of the worst teams in the NBA that year. Okay. So they're playing the Bulls at Chicago Stadium late in the year. And they have the Magic down by as much as 20 points in the fourth quarter, okay? Somehow, some way, the Orlando Magic came back and won that game. I kid you not. Somehow, some way, Orlando came back and won that game, coming from 20 down. They beat Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. They came from 20 down in the fourth quarter. And they won that game. Okay? Somehow, some way. And after the game, Michael and Scottie went up to Stanley Roberts, who was in his rookie season. And they said to Stanley Roberts, "Hey, Stanley, if you can play like that, if you can be consistent like that every night, you're going to be one of the best players in the NBA." But we all know that never really materialized with Stanley Roberts. So then they draft Shaq, they draft Penny, and so after they drafted Shaq and Penny, okay, it was thought of that the Orlando Magic were going to become a version of the 80s Lakers, okay? What do I mean when I say that? Shaq was going to be the new age Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And Penny was going to be the new age Magic Johnson, okay? And the Lakers won not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 NBA championships. And went to the finals 9 times. Okay. So that was a thinking. Orlando Magic was Shaquille Abdul-Jabbar. With Shaquille Abdul-Jabbar. And Magic Hardaway. They were going to be the new age Lakers of the 80s, okay? Then, of course, they had that 95 finals run swept by Houston. And then, of course, Shaq leaves in free agency. And Shaquille O'Neal talked about this in the 30 documentary. Excuse me. He said a lot of people today talk about Shaq and Kobe, okay? But he says Shaq and Penny were Shaq and Kobe before Shaq and Kobe. All right. So I guess Shaq and Penny was the forerunner to Shaq and Kobe. I guess you can say that. Okay? Yeah, Shaq and Penny, that was the forerunner to Shaq and Kobe. And so Shaq and Penny had stark similarities to Shaq and Kobe. It was often debated whose team was it? Was it Hardaway's? Was it Shaq's? Whose team was it with the Lakers? Was it Kobe's? Was it Shaq's team? We all know there was tension between those two. There was tension between O'Neal and Hardaway. And we all know there was tension between Shaq and Kobe the entire time. Okay. And yeah, so towards the end of the 30, they showed a scene where Shaquille O'Neal was hitting a jump hook in Game 6 of the 2000 NBA Finals. And Penny Hardaway said he was upset. He was upset at that Shaq was winning titles without him, because Hardaway says that he was supposed to be in Kobe's spot. Okay. Shaq was supposed to be doing that with Penny in Orlando. Yet instead, he's doing it in LA with Kobe. Okay. And Penny Hardaway said this. He said, I have never been good with that. Penny Hardaway said, I've never been good with that because I was supposed to be in Kobe's spot, because Shaq was supposed to stay in Orlando. And Orlando was supposed to win 3 consecutive titles. Okay. So, yeah. Penny Hardaway says he has never been good with that. And rest in peace, Pat Williams. Rest in peace, Pat Williams, founder of the Orlando Magic, owner. He said in that 30 for 30 documentary, you look at him winning 3 consecutive titles in LA, and you say to yourself, you should be doing that here. So, yeah. Penny's never been good with that. Ever. And so, I remember at the beginning of the documentary, Shaq and Penny were sitting poolside. Okay? They were sitting poolside. And Penny said to Shaq, what if you never would have left? And Shaq said to Penny, what if you never would have got injured? And then Shaq went like, a lot of what ifs. Yeah. So I think that would some of the Orlando Magic of the mid to late 90s. A lot of what ifs. Okay. And I think it was probably put best by Nick Anderson. There are short stories and there are long stories. And ours was a short story. How appropriate. Nick Anderson put that period of the Orlando Magic in a nutshell. Long stories, short stories, and ours was a short story. Perfectly, he said, Nick Anderson. All right, that's it. And that's all for Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace out. God bless you all.